Behind the door, a big eye blinked. Someone was peeking inside the room. "Priya, come here," her mother called. "We brought a dress for you." Excited, Priya ran in, her smile bright until it slowly faded. "A saree?" she asked in disbelief, holding up the elegant pink fabric. "Mom, this isn't a dress." Her mother waved her hand casually. "It's like a dress. Go wear it." Another relative added softly, "Your sister picked it just for you, dear. Please." Priya frowned, her fingers tightening around the fabric. Something felt wrong. Her big brown eyes blinked twice, not in surprise but in suspicion. "You all planned this, didn't you?" she whispered, her voice trembling with hurt. Before she could resist, her sister and cousins surrounded her, laughing and teasing. She was just 18, wearing a black gown that flowed like a shadow around her. Her long hair framed her pale, worried face, and her eyes blinked twice again, full of confusion and quiet pain. "No, Mom," she said softly. "I don't want to wear that saree." But her sister and cousin exchanged a glance and gently cornered her until she gave up. An hour later, Priya stood before the mirror, wrapped in the saree she never wanted. She looked beautiful, but her heart was heavy. Everyone gasped. "You look like a princess," someone said. Priya's lips curved into a faint smile, but her voice was sad. "You all know why I don't wear sarees." Her mother's eyes grew misty. "Why didn't my daughter come back after that accident?" she whispered to herself. Outside, Priya found her brother Varun near the function hall, talking to the organizers. "Brother," she said softly, "I want to go home." He looked at her. She was glowing in the sari, but her eyes were full of sorrow. "All right," he said kindly. "Do what you want." Ravi, her other brother, came over laughing. "Wow, sister, you look so beautiful. Someone might just die for you tonight." Priya rolled her eyes. "Just shut up," she said with a half smile. "Let's go. I need to change." They got on the bike and started home. On the way, they met a few relatives who had lost their way to the function. Priya stopped. "Ravi, drop auntie and uncle, please. They're tired." He refused at first, but Priya grabbed his arm firmly. "Go, or I'll make you a donkey," she teased, glaring playfully. She sent him back with them and decided to walk home alone. As she walked through the dark road, she muttered to herself, "Priya, you're so great, telling your brother to drop them, but look at you now, scared of the dark." In one hand, she held a torch, in the other, her phone, soft music playing to calm her fear. Then suddenly, a voice behind her. "Priya, what are you doing here?" Her fear melted instantly. "Arjun?" He stepped into the light, tall, calm, with eyes that glinted in the dark. "Come on," he said gently. "I'll drop you home." Without a word, Priya handed him the torch and climbed onto his bike. The night wind tangled her hair as they rode in silence. Arjun watched her through the bike mirror, her eyes thoughtful, her expression quiet. When they reached her house, she hurried inside. "Priya," Arjun called softly, "you look beautiful tonight. Don't change that sari." She didn't answer, just disappeared through the doorway. Arjun closed his eyes, the image of her in pink silk burning in his mind. He woke up to the sound of the door opening. He froze. Priya stood at the doorway, still in the same sari. Her hair was neatly fixed, diamond earrings sparkled softly, and her bangles shimmered in the warm light. For a moment, Arjun forgot to breathe. Priya waved her hand in front of his face. "Shall we go back to the function?" she asked softly. He nodded, still stunned. On the way, he kept glancing at her. She glowed quietly, unaware of how her presence changed everything around her. Back at the function hall, everyone turned to look. Her cousins whispered, her mother smiled in relief. The lights reflected off her pink sari, making her shine like she belonged to another world. But not everyone looked with kind eyes. A photographer, hired for the wedding, had turned his camera toward her, snapping photo after photo secretly. A strong hand gripped his shoulder. "Who asked you to take these?" Arjun's voice was sharp, his eyes dark with anger. "Sir, the groom did," the man stammered. Arjun checked the camera. Every photo was of Priya. His jaw tightened. He handed it back with a warning whisper and walked away. A few minutes later, Priya's uncle called her. "Priya, come meet my friends." She smiled politely, but when she saw the older couple waiting, Her smile froze. Another marriage proposal. Her cousins giggled from behind, clearly part of the plan. Priya smiled sweetly and said, "Oh, uncle, let me introduce you to my sister Deshitha and my cousins. They're much prettier than me." The couple looked confused. Then, a tall man in a black suit approached. His voice was deep and confident. "And this," said her uncle proudly, "is their son." The man smiled. "I'm Abi." Priya barely glanced at him. "Hi," she said flatly. "She's beautiful," Abi's mother whispered. "Perfect daughter-in-law material." Priya rolled her eyes. "Another trap," she muttered under her breath. "Come on," Abi said kindly. "Let's walk around." They stopped near the food stalls. "You look amazing in that saree," he said. "Thanks," she replied politely. "Dinner together?" "Sure." Her phone rang. When she turned back, Abi was suddenly too close. "You scared me," she gasped. "I just didn't want you to feel alone," he said softly. "I should go back to my sister," she said, trying to step away. But he caught her hand. Her heart raced. "Let me go," she whispered, tears forming in her eyes. "Priya, what's wrong?" he asked, confused. Before she could answer, smack! A fist hit Abi's jaw. Arjun stood there, eyes blazing. "How dare you touch her?" He turned to Priya, his voice suddenly soft. "Are you okay?" She nodded weakly, tears sliding down her cheeks. Arjun clenched his fists again, but Priya caught his hand. "No, please, don't." He turned away and punched a tree instead, his anger breaking the silence. Later, Priya turned to Abi. "I'm sorry, I overreacted. I wasn't feeling well." Abi rubbed his jaw and smiled faintly. "It's okay, I should have asked before touching you." Priya frowned and turned to Arjun. "You never listen, do you? Look at your hand." Arjun just stared at her. No one had ever scolded him like that. But with Priya it felt right. As Abi started to leave, Arjun's voice stopped him. "1 second, Abi." Abi turned. Arjun stepped closer, his eyes cold. "I know you like Priya," he said. "But she's mine. Stay away." He took Priya's hand gently. "Come on," he said softly. And together Arjun took Priya away from there.